So hi everyone, my name is Guy. I'm with a company called Shieldox, and I'm here to tell you what we've done. I heard before a couple things that you guys said, like AI doesn't work, it's a buzzword. I also heard that DLP doesn't work, also awareness. And this is what we'll explain that we've done in Shieldox. Avoiding the blame, huh?
Yeah.
Is she always like that? So I'll explain you what we've done in Shieldox, because we really took a different approach on information protection, and we really thought out of the box, and we created a very unique solution here, which I would like to share with you. So the first thing I would like to talk about is what challenge we came actually to solve. We all understand that the information is knowledge, and knowledge is, at the end of the day, what drives the business, and the information is driving your business. And we also understand that you always want to keep it secured, but you also want to keep it in motion, because if we need to keep everything inside our organization, we can't share it, we're going to have some issues here, right? And the world today, in the last few years, have changed and taught us that we need to share and collaborate. Every pretty much company in the market today that you can think about created things like Google Drive, Dropbox, Box, OneDrive. Then we have collaboration tools like Slack and Microsoft Teams, and everybody here is using WhatsApp. And you have Skype for Business, regular Skype, and endless other applications to share the information. And the issue is that now, once we're sharing this information with so many different applications and we're collaborating on that, how do we keep it protected? And how do we keep it in motion? Because sometimes I may send my, let's say, contract to my lawyer, and the lawyer is not going to work on it. He's going to give it to his paralegal, and the paralegal needs to work on it, but I send it encrypted, so now the paralegal cannot work on it, and now it's become a hassle. How do I do that? And eventually you'll see that in many, many companies, they'll just bypass the system. So you have WhatsApp group to share the information, but other people sharing real information in those WhatsApp groups and documents even, right? And it becomes more difficult, to track these things. So we understand that there's actually a big dissonance between what the business needs are, which enabling this information and keep the information in motion, and what the security side of the organization wants is to protect the information. And this is where we created something really unique to bridge the gap, to create a new segment of information protection in motion. And what do I mean by that? We understood that if we stop the motion, we're really going to kill your business. If you can't share, if you cannot collaborate, definitely with all the tools that we mentioned before, we stop the business. There's actually a researcher that says, or just came back from Seattle in the US, and there was a research there that says that 70% of CEOs in the United States claiming that all the security tools hurting their business, and they prefer to just turn it off. And that's what happened in almost every company. So you need to track it, you need to mitigate risk, but how would you do that? So we understand that we have to be less intrusive when we build Shieldox. We gotta be part of the existing tools that you're using when you collaborate and share. We should be agnostic to how you're collaborating and how you're sharing. So with Shieldox, we became part of the document itself. And we built a very advanced algorithm based on machine learning that actually understand the movement of the information. This is what Shieldox is all about, is the motion. So imagine that today you have the same algorithms that you use in a GPS system, Google Drive, Waze, whoever uses those tools, and they tell you how to reach this point and all the way to where your destination is. So on that matter, we built Shieldox. We understood that we need to keep the information in motion. That's the first thing. We need to make the business happy, not the security guys. We got to make the business happy, but at the same time, how we embedded security in that. So the first thing that Shieldox understand is the motion of the information. How does it route? Through what system? Who share it? Why you share it? We understand the location of it in your organization. Is it in OneDrive? Is it in Google Drive? Is it on your computer? It's in your network drive. where do you keep the information, how you share it, who is allowed to be shared with that. On top of that, we're adding the user's behavior. So we understand who are you in your company. We connected to your Active Directory. We understand previous emails. We understand who are your contacts. And all those layers basically helping us to build an understanding of the motion itself. And in any point of time, when a document needs to be opened while it was shared locally in your organization, and especially outside your organization, and we're enabling the motion there, so we understand if we should let that person open the document or not. And the way we've done it is we understand a few things. For those of you that do have DLP systems and actually turn it on, or using the labeling from the DLP system, so we have integrations where we take the labels themselves, we understand the users, the policies, we understand the locations, and now we're starting to follow the motion. And once we're following the motion and the connection between the folders to the users to their locations, the location to which label and how it was done, now we understand, okay, do I let that person open the document automatically? Do I let the other person? And if we recognize something that is abnormal, should we block it? And this is how Shieldox does it, completely autonomously. So Tomer, my friend here, mentioned before while I was sitting there and we were discussing brainstorming things, he said, you should gamify the security, make it simple, make it user-friendly. And that's how we try to do in Shieldox. We're actually scoring, it's like a computer game where we give you a radar, and in this radar you can look at the folders, you can look at the users, you can look at the labels that you have in your organization, let's say legal, everything related to legal, and once you click on that, Shieldox will understand the motion and will tell you, okay, here are folders inside your organization and outside organizations that they are at risk because users have access to them. They share information that you may not know through different systems. And once you click on that, it will actually score the risk on that folder, and you have the ability to see who shared it, who was shared with inside or outside the organization. You also have the ability to take action, because what we're doing is we're encrypting every document that you have in motion. But we're letting it move freely and we're letting everybody open it unless you configure it differently from the folder level or your policy levels that we've taken from, let's say, RMS. And at that point, for example, maybe legal folder is not protected, you can click and encrypt this whole folder, or everything related to legal will be encrypted based on your policies. And you can do it on the fly, meaning I send the contract to my lawyer, you send it to the paralegal, and maybe she sends it to somebody else. You will know it, and not only you will know it, you can actually block something that left your organization even 2 weeks ago, and now it's encrypted. Or we all know the problem where somebody works for your company, and they have access to all the relevant information, and they decide to quit. Meanwhile, they copied all that information to their own personal computers because they had access, they copied the information, now it's at their home. And you have no idea that this happened. So actually by Shieldox, you'll know that they tried to access the information, and you can, in one click here, lock their access. Even the information actually sits on their computers at home. Once we understand the motion and you click on one of the documents or one of the folders, you have the ability to see the route that the document took. So you can see here everything that happened with this document, a full audit trail for file forensic as well. And you'll be able to see if it branch out to somebody else and the continuation of the document. So every time you'll click on it, you'll have a full understanding of what happened with that specific document. So our radar gives you visibility on all the risks that you have, but we're also giving you the option to mitigate those on the fly, even for documentation that left your company and they're not in your control anymore. They're moving out there. And we do that like that because we understand that the motion is the most important thing. We need to enable and keep the motion, but we're keeping it protected. So this is what Shieldox is all about, a new segment of information protection in motion. And if any of you guys have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.